Boom.
Hi guys, welcome
To episode number what?
What four, five,
Episode no, four.
four.
Four. Last time was three. Breaking generational curses. This time is four. We're gonna be talking about mental health, man. The mental health in like social media. Or is there like a way we could, you know, describe this episode?
The effects of mental health and the effects of social media and mental health. There we go.
The mental health effects with social media. That doesn't sound bad, but it's basically in a nut. Can you talk?
Yes, I'm talking right now.
Your microphone's not talking.
My mic's off.
Ah, Jesus. I told you about that button.
I didn't press it. You pressed it.
So you guys probably didn't hear
Any of that, but it's all
any
good.
of that. But what we were basically saying, Kina, is what was the title?
We were
again?
trying to figure out the title. So I guess the toll that social media takes on mental health.
The toll. See, that just sounds so complex. I don't think.
I don't think that's going to be the title, but that would be what we're just talking about today in a nutshell.
So to simplify it, how social media affects your mental health as an influencer. Do you like the word influencer? Like if someone calls you, you're an influencer, quote unquote. Like when someone tells you,
I don't feel like I'm an influencer.
I don't know what you influence. You influence our kids maybe, but when someone calls you an influencer, hey, you're an influencer. Oh my God, how does it feel to be an influencer? Do you like that word?
No, I would describe myself as a content creator, not
A
an
content
influencer.
creator. Yes.
I don't like the word. I'm not influencing anyone. If I was posting like, which you guys probably know if you follow me, if I was posting influential stuff and like Amazon, hauls and all that stuff, yeah, I would be an influencer. Maybe one day I'll do that. I don't got the time for that right now. So maybe later on in life, yeah. So I would be considered a content. I would consider myself a content creator because, like I said, I'm not influencing anyone.
But you technically are. I mean, you could be influencing someone out there. That's why I think that's where the influencer word came from. But I get what you're saying.
I guess.
I mean,
possibly.
you do a lot of mom things sometimes on your social media stuff. So it's like
I'm not really like I'm not like on social media. I don't even have the time.
yes.
That's a topic for another day for sure. That would be a topic that we're going to discuss is like motherhood and stay-at-home moms and like that's just
a good one.
Oh, that's
I'm a
a lot.
stay-at-home dad,
Yeah.
so I know exactly what you're talking about. But I don't like the word either. Going back to what you're saying,
Yeah.
it's not. It just sounds. I think
Do people refer to you as an influencer?
Yeah, like hey influencer, like maybe not hey influencer, but yes, people do like that tends to come out. You know, but I feel the same way. Like I don't. I guess I get it. You are influencing maybe someone down the line or someone that's watching you, but I think it just has a bad stigma now.
You think so? Oh, I don't think it has a bad stigma. Maybe towards you. Maybe because you have your own assumption towards influencers. So you have, I think that's your own perception.
I definitely like content creator. Like I can't put comedian in my thing.
No,
because I don't consider myself a comedian.
You ain't that funny.
And I'm you're actually the funny one. But anyways, that's good, man. That's good. See, she's the one that writes all the jokes. It's not me. So anyways, this episode here, to get back on track, is basically us discussing the mental health and the mental health barriers in being an influencer.
Just the hardships of social media all around. And our personal like experience with it and just in general for kids, I guess. We can touch base on that because I think it's a huge thing that we can talk about, not just for our own experience. You know what I mean?
Well, I think like being a content creator is one of the hardest jobs. Like not because we are some, but it is very, very difficult.
I thought you wanted to discuss the controversial.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for cutting you off.
No,
but
you're fine.
But yes,
I cut you off.
No,
actually.
that's where I was kind of like leading it to,
okay.
like how hard it is as a content creator because, to take a step back to like our last episode that we did, which was, breaking our generational curses. I did a small video where I said like there was a time where I hated my dad,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of people that commented like
Yeah, I don't think they watched the full video of that.
they didn't.
But yeah, there was people just saying like, why are you bashing your parents for gain or whatever? But I don't think they watched the full podcast. Do you think that that's what you were doing?
No,
or how do you feel about that statement?
It's like, yes, I was bashing
to
weren't. Some extent. Well, no, but I mean,
No.
I get what people are saying, right? Like, I not bashing, but I was criticizing my parents' ways of parenting us growing up. Same to you, right? We were criticizing their parenting techniques. We felt we were basically venting our own experiences and telling it to the world.
So you said it right there. We were venting our experience. We weren't bashing or criticizing. We were literally stating facts of our own experience and how it affected us to educate people here. So no, we weren't bashing our parents.
No, I mean,
so no, it's not for political gain. It's simply to educate the future generations of how we're raising our kids and you know what we endured,
right,
and how it affect us,
right.
And just raising food for thought. In other words, like our parents did this, so we feel this way towards it, or we act this way now.
Right.
That whole, I think that's just, I feel like those are people that are like probably not breaking the generational curses saying that, like, because they feel like, oh, your parent, because that's how I feel like my parents raised me, was stating that like, oh, like you have to do as I say, you know what I mean? You have to, respect me, even though I don't give you respect. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I think it's that concept, or those people that are still act that way towards their parents because, their parents you can't tell your parents that they're wrong, but you should. As kids, you should. If your parent, I feel like if my kid, if I'm yelling at him or I hit him, he needs to tell me, no, you're not. No, you can't do that because that is wrong.
Right. And I do think that a lot of people, like, I was surprised how many people from the last episode, how many people, were taking it as a joke, like, oh, but did you die? Or, oh, like your parents' ears must be ringing. Oh, like a lot of people were like, they took it as a joke, and kind of like what you're saying, like it's like people that, probably haven't, broken that generational curse themselves, right? That maybe they are the machismos, maybe they treat their children that way. And I just really found it like, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of people that were with us on that video, like supportive, like yes. But there was a lot of people. And I hate that we're shining the light on the negative comments opposed to the positive comments, but we are shining the lights on the negative comments because it's going to lead to this episode's topic. But to say what I was saying, it's like we understood that our parents were probably a little uneducated, or they were raised a certain way and that's all they knew, so they raised us the only way they knew how. We understand that, but we also were basically saying that it's not okay to, the name calling, the physical abuse. Like, I get it, maybe like when you first get to the United States, right? Or when you're with your first kid and you're making these mistakes. But 5 years down the line and you're still doing it?
Yeah, my dad was like 17, 18 when he got here. So no, I mean, and he went to school, like I said.
Right.
So like, I don't think there's any excuse from it, but I understand.
Right.
Because of his background, but there's no excuse for it. I honestly, from my experience, and I don't know about from yours, but my parents did sometimes feel bad for what they did because they would try to, my dad try to buy us with love.
Yeah.
He would then go apologize and then buy us something.
Oh, wow.
So you obviously feel bad, so you know it was wrong.
Oh my God, that's such a good point.
Wrong,
that's such a good point.
Right?
That is such a good point because I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
It's true, like what you're saying.
So you could have worked on that, but you chose not to.
Wow. So, and that's a good point that they understood what they did wrong, so they went and bought us a toy to make their wrongs better and just kind of band-aid the fact that they just hit us.
Sweep it under the rug.
Or treated us a certain way. So it's like it's very unfortunate, but that kind of leads to this week's episode of mental health and social media, because I think if you're a content creator like we are, right? Like this is our full-time job. Like we're in front of the camera. We expose ourselves to the camera, right? Like we sometimes come out raggedy, right? We don't do our hair, we don't brush our teeth, whatever it may be. But, we might put a video out there like we did, last week, and the world will come for you, right? Like they
Yeah.
criticize you to the T as to what you're putting out. And I think it's one of the only jobs where like you're so vulnerable that you're putting yourself out there, you're being silly, you're trying to like break in the internet and do content for the internet, and you put it out there, and at the same time, like these people, like people that watch it, they're just so negative and so mean to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just think it's not even it's not really even towards sometimes to the content that you're creating. It's just like, oh, she gained weight. Oh,
Right.
like what the hell? Like that's what you got out of the content, is just to sit there and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that definitely brings us to our topic today, because, the negative comments that we got from last time, kind of bring us into this now topic, is the navigation of social media as content creators, right? So when we're content creators, this is, like you said, our job.
Yeah.
Right? We have to do this right now. We are stay-at-home parents, but this is our actual job. The definition of a job has changed. This is our job, right?
Right.
So this job, we're live. Not live, but we're posting videos of our current state.
Right.
In real time, right? Through all the seasons that we're going through.
Yeah.
Me pregnant. Me after pregnancy. Gaining weight. Losing my hair. The stress that we're going through with our relationship. Moving houses, like all of that is shined onto this. And it's hard to navigate, because everyone will see like certain things that you're going through, right? For instance, all of the things that I listed, and they come for you, dude.
Yeah, like
so you get very insecure. You get very insecure.
And I think that's...
Do you feel like you're insecure about something in particular now, more so than you were prior to becoming a content creator?
You know what? Like, I mean, I know that me personally, I know I have a thick skin. I kind of always had a thick skin, right? Because it's like, I'm short. I have a big nose, whatever it may be, right?
It's because we were called so many names as kids by our parents and our friends. So
Yes. So to me,
to.
it's like, don't get me wrong. It does affect you. I think everybody gets affected when someone is bullying you. But I mean, me growing up, like, me and my guy friends, we, messed around with each other, and we called each other names, we clowned each other, and so on. So it's like I kind of have a thick skin, but I would be lying if like this. We started doing content 2 years ago, right? Before
almost
COVID
3
time.
years now.
Oh, right, maybe 3. But before this, we had regular jobs where I had a 9 to 5, you had a 9 to 5, and this wasn't something that we had to worry about, right? Like as far as like making videos and posting them for people to see. We took a picture on Instagram and we posted it, but we picked the best picture, right, possible that we could take, and posted it. So for us, it was a transition of like, being your average person that's working a 9 to 5, and then going into social media and posting our videos. I didn't really like, I guess I wasn't prepared to like get the backlash, right?
Is there anything in particular that you feel more insecure about now?
Well, I guess the weight. Yeah. I mean, give you a short answer. Yeah. Like, I mean, like you say, the weight, right? Like I gained some weight. I'm a dad. I'm in my 30s, like it's
but
hard.
do people like come at you for that? Have you seen comments and stuff like that?
Like, oh, he's getting chunky. My own friends, Osvaldo, like, what happened to your neck? Like, and it's like, damn,
just
like,
put your friend on blast like this.
It's like, it's one of those things that, you do get, like the weight or whatnot, or sometimes, they criticize, you, and then that also affects me, because it's like, damn, bro, like, why you gotta be mean to my wife? Like,
does it actually affect you?
It really does.
Does it?
I swear to God it does, because I know that you might read it, and I don't know how it might make you feel if they like, damn, she gained weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or damn, she's, your hair is like, bro, like,
Damn, why you gotta point that
well,
out?
because it's
I'm
like,
just kidding.
it's like, bro, like,
Yeah.
she's going through postpartum, like, they lose their hair, like,
I didn't have any hair to begin. Well, I had hair, but my hair is very thin anyways. But yes, that's something that's like one of my biggest insecurities at period, right? And that
right,
just made me even more insecure because obviously when you look in the mirror, you don't see like the side of your head or the back of your head, right?
right,
When you post a video or a photo, you see it, right? Especially like this, you can see like
yeah,
all of this. It's really hard to edit it out. So yeah, that's made me really insecure. And then obviously like my hair was already thin, then going through postpartum back to back. I've been
yeah,
pregnant for 2 years pretty much,
right.
so it's been rough for me. So that's something I really struggle with. So please be nice to me, you guys.
Yes,
That would be one of my biggest struggles.
do
The
you,
weight gain. I mean, I've gained weight. I've had 2 kids. So shut the hell up. And it's mostly guys that are fat as shit, okay? that have no profile. And it's like, bro, seriously, like, girl, we get the shit into the stick.
yeah,
Period.
they're like extra mean to you girls.
Oh,
Like the
everyone
comments
knows.
are
Women,
extra
girls
mean.
are mean to us. Men are mean to us. It's like you'll get 1 or 2 comments that are mean to you. I get like, man,
Do you feel like, like your insecurities, right? How people put some of your insecurities on blast, right? Like, cause you're saying like the hair, for example, that became an insecurity because a lot of people were pointing it out,
yeah,
right? Like, if they weren't pointing it out, you probably like wouldn't even think of it.
no. I was already insecure about it.
Okay, so they just kind of added fuel to the
Yeah,
fire. Do you
definitely.
feel like when people comment, those things, did that push you away from like creating content
Oh yeah,
more so like being in front of the
currently,
camera?
definitely. That's one of the reasons why I wouldn't influence or be in front of the camera right now because I'm really not happy with like. Not really my weight gain too much because I haven't gained too much weight.
Still sexy, baby.
Thank you. Thank you. It's more so, yeah, just, I don't know. Once you have a kid, you're just like, you look in the mirror and it's just like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like you see yourself so different and it's your body's changed, your hair's changed, your face changed. Like you can't maintain yourself as best as you could before. So it's like,
Right.
and also you're a completely different person. So it's very hard to look in the mirror and just.
And it's crazy that somebody will hear this and somebody say, dude, you guys don't work. This is you're saying this is your job and you can't go to the gym. You know what I mean? Like they will get something from this little conversation and make it about, being negative. But it's like, so that's kind of part of it. And two is like,
we're going to start filming our daily lives, dude.
It's so hectic, man. It's so hectic being at home. But that's another topic. But you're hearing it here first. Like, it's crazy. Like, we're in front of the camera 24/7, right? And you're hearing that obviously we do have some sort of insecurities. Some of the mean comments do affect us.
Not necessarily. I think it's just my one insecurity.
Well, that one
everything else is just
you don't
like
care for it?
No, because like for instance, before it was like the narrative that I was like this mean witch. I know I'm not a mean ass witch, or I know I'm not a,
A lot of people did think that you.
So
were
I'm just like, oh, shut up! You do not. If you think this is real, I need an Oscar, bro.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. A lot of people did think like the videos we were making was so real.
Yeah,
and it's like, and they would even ask me, "Is she really like that?" And it's like, come on, man.
Or that I can't cook. I cook.
Yeah, you get down.
I get down.
But it's like, to just kind of tell them, like, it's like you're hearing it like from two people that are content creators that are making videos, how maybe not every comment affects us and, we got used to it, but it does, to some extent affect us. So that just kind of goes further into like, the mental health issues, like being in the internet. What job is out there that you go to work and you're being criticized?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everything. The shirt that you're wearing, the hair that you have.
It's like
the way that you talk, the way that you're dressed, everything.
Being a content creator is fucking hard because you're being criticized. If the content's whack, it's whack. The content's getting old. It's not even funny. I'm tired of her voice. Her hair, his shirt, whatever it may be, right?
So that would be like the negative. Not even that. Like we got the whole how it affects us, like the mean comments, right?
Right.
Like our insecurities. But there's a whole other door that we haven't shed light on either, and that's like
No.
this is our job.
Yes, and
You have to be creative. You have to be in a creative mode
yes,
all the time.
you have to be creative all the time, obviously, and it does become like this job is very like overwhelming. I feel like okay, so if you're doing it as a hobby, right? Like what
Like
we
what we were
once
doing.
doing, it really didn't matter, right? Like we have our job, we're just messing around. But once it becomes like your full time job, like it is now, like not by choice, I got fired, but that's another topic. But
It was by choice. Shut
it was
up.
some sort of choice. But it's like once this is your full time job, and this is a way you're making your money, because this is how the content that we make provides for our family. So
Mhm.
we have to make
We
money
have to.
somehow, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, sponsorships, and so
Feet
on.
pics.
Huh?
I'm just kidding. I said feet pics.
Feet pic. I need
My
to,
URL is.
you don't want to see my
No,
feet
I'm
pics.
just
I might
kidding.
get a lot of money from my feet pics because they might like crusted
No
toes.
one likes fungus, babe. That's
You
disgusting.
never know. There might be some weird people out there. But anyways, with your feet pics, it's like when it becomes your job, it's very overwhelming, and I think you see it because you see it. You see how stressed I get.
Yeah.
It's like you're constantly thinking this is the only job that like it's kind of. I think small business people would understand, right? Like people that have their own business because that's their means to providing for their family. If they have a store or shop.
Oh, if they
Small
only have a
business.
small business.
Yes, like
yeah.
small. So I think.
Well, not necessarily because we're talking about the creative aspect of it right now.
Well, yeah, but okay.
so
So
that is like I said, like if you have a 9 to 5 and it was your hobby, you get the inspiration maybe from walking to work, maybe a conversation that you had with your coworker. Like there's more spark and more. It opens your mind to more creative thinking.
Yeah, but not only that, babe.
And ideas.
Not only that, when you have a regular job, you have a job title, and you kind of know what you're doing every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you might be unmotivated to go to the job, but you still know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You're still gonna get paid. You clock in, you clock out. You're gonna get paid your 8 hours. You know what I mean? No matter how much work you do. I mean, you might get fired at some point because like you might be slacking off, but you're still gonna get paid. So I think like that's the 9 to 5 aspect, right? And you are right. What you're saying, you might get motivated as you're going to work.
No, I think you get because we're stuck at home right now, right?
Oh my god,
with our kids. So I'm saying like the inspiration or the creative aspect on how to create content is very hard, unless
It is.
at least. Sorry, I'm over here stuttering.
You sound like my actor.
At least for the content that we create. If
Right.
it's just like a day in our lives type of
Right.
content, then it's a little easier. But that's not the genre that we have. Ours
No.
is very much like role playing and X's and O's.
Scripted, comedy, and then it gets to the point that we've been doing it for like 3 years, right? We've been playing these roles of like, the Hispanic and the white girl cultural differences, and so now imagine we post a video like 3 to 5 times a week, maybe the whole week we post a video, so. You have to come up with that video concept and idea. So now let's just say you're posting 5 videos a week. You times that times a whole year, and we've been doing this for 3 years. It just becomes like this is where like the mental health of a content creator like that doesn't really get discussed. A lot of people see it like, man, like they get to stay at home, they don't work, like that's their job. It's so amazing. They're making money, and there's truth to all that, but there's also like the negative side. Not negative, but the dark side. Can I say the dark side? Is that right?
The pits of it,
Like the hardships of
the
being a
hardships.
content
There's
creator.
perks and there's pits.
There's pros and cons.
Pits, yeah, pros and cons.
So, and those are the
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Those people wouldn't know that unless they're actually content creators.
well,
you
they're
know what
not,
I mean?
but they see our lives and they
Yeah.
assume like it's so amazing, and it is. Like I'm thankful for it. I'm able to
Alhamdulillah.
be at home. We're able to be at home with our kids and our children and raise them. Thankful for it. I wouldn't want to have it any other way, but it's it's the creativity that comes in. Like we're at home all day within these 4 walls, creating the content, and sometimes you lose that motivation. Like you lose the motivation at work, right? Like this is our job, so there's a point where like you kind of there's been a lot of times that I've kind of felt like I don't think I could do this anymore. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because you do run, you constantly have to be thinking of new ideas.
Yeah.
You know, recreating the wheel. What else can you already did? We already did all those ideas. Now what?
Yeah.
Then it changes. Now it's like the algorithms change, and now it's like people. You start reading the comments, and that's where it says, it's getting old."
Mm-hmm.
And then
And it messes with your
it does,
head.
and it does affect you a little bit because you're like, "Damn it, maybe it is getting old."
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to think of something else, and it's like, well, I don't have a job. I can't just go back to work.
Yeah.
Like you have to constantly be thinking of like how to continue staying relevant, and that's kind of the hard part because then at some point there's also times where money's not coming in.
Mm-hmm.
1 month it might be really good.
Oh yeah, the financial hardships.
financial
That goes
hardship.
into the financial hardships of it. Yeah. So like you're over there. I know like last month over there stressing because like
Yes.
the numbers are different. There's no money coming in this month.
Yes.
Like it's taken a huge like hit. And it's like that's the thing. It's not steady like your 9 to 5 would be. That you know that you're gonna get that that paycheck every
Right.
2 weeks or bi-weekly or every week, however it is,
Right.
right? That you would depend on. You know, this is like a fluctuation. It might be really really high and then it goes down.
Right.
Right. So that would be
Facebook decides not to pay anymore, and now you're thinking like,
Reels
dude, like
don't play as much anymore.
it's a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like it just kind of goes into your thought, and I think for like the financial, that's a really big like, dude, I have to pay the rent. I
Yeah.
have to pay the bills. Like I need to maintain, you know, not necessarily like we have a glamorous lifestyle,
No.
but we still this is the only way we're making money. So then like anybody else, you stress
Mm-hmm.
about that, and that is a mental health. Like you said a couple months ago, that was a big like issue within me because I think like Facebook stopped paying or something along those lines, and then I started thinking like, dude, like, what are we gonna, you start stressing out, like, because you get used to a certain amount of income coming in, and like the economy, it changes. Brand deals, right? Like we make our bread and butter off of brand deals, and
That's what I was just about to say. Promos are the ones that really like pay, and then they
yes,
weren't really coming in.
well, it's like the economy, like the economy is in a sense like taking a toll. So
Mm-hmm.
then you have those brand deals are not coming in as much as last year. So it's like a pressure bowl
Yeah.
of like always creating. So this, if you want to be a content creator, we're giving you the insight. Always creating, constantly and posting. The financials that goes into effects.
Mm-hmm.
The family, like at least for us, I think that's even another one, babe.
What?
The mental health, like meaning our content is a couple. So we have to make the content about us. Like it's not just me or it's not just you.
Yeah.
So then it's like we're like husband and wife, but we're also like
Business partners.
business partners.
Yeah.
And we're in the same house all day with 2 kids. And there's a lot of disagreements sometimes.
Lord.
A lot. Like you might not
Yeah.
feel like recording, and it's like, dude, we have to record,
It's
or
not that I don't feel like we're recording. It's just like maybe we get into a misunderstanding
Yeah.
or whatever the case. And then I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to sit there and work with you. Because imagine if you're sitting there fighting with your coworker. Like, are you really going to try to work with him right after? No.
what type
It
of
won't
coworker
happen.
would you say I am? Oh man. Tell me.
In what aspect? In business?
Yeah,
In,
like I don't know, like a coworker.
parenthood?
No,
Or
no, not person. I'm talking
you're
about
not
like
a coworker I would want to work with.
we're very different.
Oh no! I think if you were picking teams, you would
Yeah.
not be on my team.
I wouldn't.
No.
I don't.
don't- You would be the one that's like, those coworkers that act like they're working,
Yeah.
but they don't do shit.
But what do you mean? I do everything.
When,
I know what.
let's
I know
not
what type
start
of.
an argument on freaking this stuff. But those coworkers that are just over there
Yeah.
like, when the boss comes, they're just acting like they're working. Yeah.
I do a lot. I do a lot, babe. Don't do that to me now.
You do so
I
much.
do a lot. It's just, but yeah, there's a big mental health strain for sure. That it's like constantly thinking like, I don't know how long, I can do this for. When you're, this is the only. Well, I feel like it's one of the only jobs that you're constantly being criticized by your looks, by the type of work that you're, putting out there. You're being criticized by your partner.
What?
No, like no, not like they criticize your partner. That's what I meant to say. And then like not only that, like sometimes even like obviously our children come in the videos.
Oh
And
yeah,
even
that's
like
the one
our
that I don't
children
play
get
with.
criticized. Like I don't understand. Like this is where like sometimes it's just mind blowing. What person feels like our son has long hair, right? And I understand that he's gonna get confused for a girl,
Oh yeah.
right? Like so those, I understand like he has long hair and my son is beautiful. So I could see why someone would think he's a girl. What I don't understand is when someone knows he's a boy and it's like and they comment, why don't you should cut his hair already?
Yeah. Well, don't.
And he looks like a girl.
Yeah, it's just in general. Why are you bashing a kid? Are you okay?
I get
Like,
that.
are
but
you okay?
who gives a person a right
Yeah.
to tell another parent what they should do with their child?
Yeah. That too.
I don't get that. Like, bro, if I don't cut my son's hair, our personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you even have that being criticized, and
well, just that and your parenthood too. Like if we do a video and it's like, what video? The belt one.
yeah.
I read a comment, someone saying something like, you shouldn't do this in front of him. No, not the belt one. The one where I'm standing, giving you the wings while you're watching football.
Yeah.
I'm like, he literally knows we're playing. We've told him it was a game, right? And how is that wrong? I don't understand why it was wrong. Like, that's not how we are generally. So I don't think that one time would affect him in that aspect, right? That one time that we did that video. Like, I don't think that's going to be the bulk of his whole childhood. And he's just going to be, whatever, take that trauma or take that negatively or whatever. I don't think that one time would, affect him that way. So I just think that's crazy that people criticize your parenthood, your parenting
skills or
right?
Techniques,
or just my hard thing is when you talk about my kids. That's my but like no.
Oh, I know. Sometimes
nope. No, I won't play.
Sometimes I'll catch her writing back like a big ass paragraph to people like, and it's like, dude, just leave it alone. Don't even reply back.
No, I just think that's horrible. Like to sit there and bash a kid or anything. Like,
I mean, I don't understand it either, and I
really don't know what's wrong with you in the head if you think that's okay.
I just don't get how. See, there's the thing about social media that I feel like it gave people these balls. These set of balls that
everyone's
they just
like,
feel
like they're sharing online, so it gives us the right to comment on it.
Right.
But why does that allow the comment? Like,
well,
I don't.
Yeah. No.
Didn't your parents raise you if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all?
Right.
Everyone's got like Twitter fingers now.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like it got to a point with social media that, I understand what someone's saying. Like, well, if you didn't want us to criticize, why put it out there? I kind of get that to a certain degree.
No.
And I think it's okay when someone gives you their opinion in a I guess a professional way, right? Where I think the line kind of gets crossed is when people are just plain mean. She's such a bitch. Why is like the name calling or when you know what I mean? You like you might see a parent post something and you might say, hey, like, I have what worked for me was this, and that. Like, you give someone your opinion or your thoughts, right? Like, we were just watching a lady with the colic baby, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm giving an example. You might write to her, hey, this worked for me. For my kid, that what you're doing didn't work. Maybe you should try this. I feel like that's okay. Like giving
Yeah,
someone
I actually
like
really did think
an
about
opinion.
sending her a message too,
Yeah, so it's
because
like
I
you're
did
giving
have a colicky baby.
you're giving someone an opinion, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just the way people write it, and it just kind of goes into the this job and being a content creator. Like you really gotta have tough skin. You really gotta be prepared to take criticism. You gotta be prepared to be criticized. Be bashed. They're gonna be mean to you. And
Mm-hmm.
what else am I missing?
Well, just yeah, just in general, just have thick skin. Just know that it's gonna affect you mentally. So be prepared for that. If
Yeah,
that's not something that you can do, just don't even read comments,
yeah,
right? Like I think in the beginning that was something that I tend to do, and
right,
that's where it affected me a little bit. So I just would not. I stopped reading them,
yeah.
um, because I think that's what I would go down the rabbit hole. So that, and then just being constantly creative, figuring out where your money's coming from. Just know that your kids will get attacked. Like
Yeah,
your
it's
parenting skills will get attacked. Your relationship will get attacked.
yeah, like
Um,
it, it,
it's just,
yeah,
it's pretty hard to be honest with you. Yeah, it's flexible. Yeah, we're our own bosses, which is amazing, which is great. Like, yeah, we're watching our kids, flourish and grow, which is like the ultimate, amazing
that's the best part.
benefit of
Right,
this,
right.
like that's what we're doing it for. We're like, we don't know if this is going to be a long-term thing, once
Hmm.
our kids are a little older, but as they're growing and flourishing of their little baby years, we're able to be there. And like a
Yeah,
lot of people aren't able to say that. So
right,
I
and
think that's
that
the best part of it. So
that
it
is,
just like bashes out all the negativity to me, at least, because
yeah.
I'm just loving my motherhood era.
No, and I think that's something that kind of has helped me regulate because there is days that I'll be 100% honest that there's days, especially now that we've been doing it for like 3 years, where I do question like I don't know how long I can do this for. Like,
Yeah.
how do I, do this for 10 years?
Yeah,
Or
I
when
don't
I
think
hear
I could do this
someone
either.
say, like, oh, we've been doing it for 10 years, like, I really applaud them because it is a very difficult field to be in, creativity, being creative. It's a lot of mental, like,
It's a new field too.
it's a new field and it's like a lot of like mental, it's very mentally straining. And, for me, I'm very like I overthink things and then sometimes I just kind of get very frustrated and I get very down and that's one of the things that you've kind of helped me out telling me like enjoy being a dad that you get to you look how lucky you are. You get to see your kids grow and you get to be at home with your kids and you are right. Like
Hmm.
I I I don't want to take it for granted. I don't want to sound like damn like this fool has it all and he's not even being appreciative. I really am, but it is very, very hard. At least for me because you're I'm the one constantly like you're doing an amazing job. You're a mom and you take care of our kids and so on. But I'm like the one like thinking of the concepts. What am I
Yeah,
gonna post tomorrow? What are we gonna post next week?
that's
What's
your
this? What's
hat for
that? Like that's
sure.
my hat. And it does become very overwhelming at times, especially when it's like our only job and the financial obligations that we need to constantly keep making money in order for this house to continue to this boat to continue to sail
Hmm.
you know and it just
This boat to have fuel, you mean?
the boats don't have fuel.
Some boats have fuel.
Yeah, there is the little boats, huh? So
This
it,
car to
I
have
you know what
fuel.
and I'll sum it up, man, because I feel like social media, it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
For you parents that have children, we're telling you the side of the content creator side on how social media takes a toll on us. But I can imagine how social media takes a toll on children, our
Yeah,
teenagers
because
that go to
kids are
school.
using social media now younger and younger.
Right.
Like bullying was hard for us as kids. But
Yeah.
imagine being bullied in school and then going home and being bullied on social media as well. Like, when do you catch a break?
Bro, I used to work with kids and I always tell this. I've seen, kids post things about other kids on like Instagram, right? Like
Yeah.
this poor girl send
Yeah.
something explicit, to
Mm-hmm.
another kid. That kid shared it, and now it's online. And
Haram, that's so
it's
horrible.
so sad, and people are just so mean, and I think we just got to do a better job as individuals, as parents, to teach morals to our children, because even as adults, look at us, man. We're here. I'm in my 30s, and we're sitting here telling you, how social media, obviously from the content creator side, affects us, but I'm sure there is some sort of like effect on kids, and it
Yeah.
always goes back to, parenting, I
I
feel.
think just being there for your kid and
You have
also
to.
teach them like people need to be the bullying comes from somewhere.
Right.
Like
They
it
do.
comes from somewhere, whether it's, them releasing something or they're modeling some sort of behavior, right? So just be present in, their lives and let them know like, name calling is not okay. Even if you say
Yeah.
sorry afterwards, it's not okay. It's not okay to chase someone down and beat them. That's not okay. Kids should not endure that on top of everything else that they're already enduring.
Yeah, fucking parents. And be nice to your content creators,
Yeah, be
man.
nice to us
Be
too,
nice to us. We're
specifically
human.
us.
We're
No, I'm just kidding.
human, man. We're human. Be nice to your content creators.
No,
And,
I just feel
you know,
like don't be so judgmental. Like, what gives us the right to judge other people? We're all
well, yeah, I
humans.
know.
We're
I
all
know.
living here. We
I
all make
know.
mistakes. We're all just here trying to survive,
You know,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
we're not going to change the world, and we're probably not going to reach everyone. But if you are watching this and you got this far down to the podcast, just, one thing that for us, like, it does help is the nice comments. Despite, I know we talked about the negative stuff, and that's
Oh,
because
yeah.
of the podcast and this episode, we're sharing, the mental strains of being a content creator and the negativities that come with it. But, I would say when we read those nice messages that
Or,
hit
yeah.
our inbox,
Mm-hmm.
or those nice comments that, we make your day, or that,
Or just sharing your stories with us. I love to
it's
hear your like
amazing. It's so
your
amazing.
vents. Like a lot of people were venting about their whole parenthood struggles and the other comments,
Yeah.
and I honestly enjoyed that because that's the thing. You do have to vent and open up
Yeah.
about certain things to kind of get over those hurdles, get over that
Yeah.
hurt. So I love that. I love hearing, and also it makes us not feel like we're so alone.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely like fuel to keep us going. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like, if you have a favorite creator out there, I commend you and I challenge you, or I, ask you, go send him a nice message. Sometimes we might not read them all or might not reply back, but we do see a lot of the positivity that comes out, that keeps us going. That when we read like, oh, you guys are my favorite, or I love, you guys make my day. It's like it gives us motivation to
Yeah,
continue
to continue
going.
going.
You know what I mean?
Also, we said the struggles of creating content is pretty hard. So if y'all want to shoot us some ideas,
Yeah,
some creative
ideas.
concepts.
And
How
then
do you say it? I say ideals.
you say ideals, but it's ideas.
Ideas.
IDEA.
Ideas.
IDEAS. Ideas. But,
Ideas.
to sum it up, what we recommend you guys being content creators, if you're out there, baby, you do not have to sit through this one if you want to start on our child.
Oh,
But
no,
I
I'm good.
was basically just, if you are thinking about doing social media and being a content creator, I encourage you to do it. It is very challenging. We talked about the negative stuff that comes, with it, but I do hear a lot and I do read messages a lot of people like wanting to do it, but they're shy to do it. They don't know where to start. And my thing is like, look, like we're living in a time where social media changed our lives. This time around, social media, um, we're in social media more than we're watching TV. So the dynamics have changed. It changed our lives, right? Like we're able to provide for our family through social media. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Like my wife said, we're able to stay at home and raise our children and be here, not like your typical human beings. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we're very blessed. So if you are thinking about it, I encourage you to do it. Just jump, just do it. The longer
Yeah.
you wait, the more time is passing.
Does not hurt to try anything. Try
that-
anything.
just
Try it.
try
Just
it.
try it.
Find your niche, find what you want to put out there, and stick to it. Be consistent. Post as much as you can. Post daily. If you can, post 2-3 times a day. Don't let the negative comments discourage you, because you got to understand there's a lot of negative people out there that wish they were probably doing what you're doing, right? Like, it's the jealousy that comes
It's
from
not
people
even that.
sometimes.
It's just people are so unhappy.
They're just so unhappy and they have nothing
They
else
just
to
want to
do.
spread mean
Hate.
and unhappiness in
Hate.
the world, and just
And
do you and be happy.
Yes, just do it. I challenge you to do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. I started in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
I consider
I don't-
myself pretty old.
Are you? Did you? Wait, how old are you now?
Well, I started COVID. That was 3 years ago.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Are you 33?
See, now people are gonna go look for me and stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna bleep that out.
Go look for you. Who's gonna look for you just because they know your age?
Well, I don't know.
What?
What if I have some children out there and someone thinks, I think that's my dad, but I don't know how old he is. And then boom, 33. I'm 10. So he was 23. He could have been. Then now I have a kid knocking on my door, babe.
23 years old?
I know.
Did you just admit something to me?
No, I got with you when I was 25.
Oh, now you know what age you were. Oh, now you know what age.
But anyways, don't get me derailed. But man, I encourage you to do it, man. Don't let people and the negativity stop you from following your dreams. I'm telling you, it's never too late. There is a lot of money out here, man, for all of us to
Come
eat.
grab it.
Come grab some of this, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Not our money, because we don't
Not
got
mine.
money like that, dude.
Do something else. Don't do what we do. No, I'm just playing, but please do it, man. And yeah, with that being said, I think this was amazing. It was nice and short.
Should I say it?
Go ahead,
With
baby.
that being said, you guys, don't get married with Kina.
Cisco Kid, baby. Saludos.
Bye, you guys. Good
Viva
night.
Mexico.